And on that wonderful note, we are now about to begin with a very important knowledge session along with the Golden Jubilee concluding function. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to announce that this knowledge session is sponsored by Air India SATS Airport Services Private Limited. We are truly honored to have amongst us some honorable dignitaries who are present here with us. So, ladies and gentlemen, with a warm round of applause, I'd like to invite all our dignitaries on the dais to please take seats. Let's have a warm round of applause as I invite on stage our chief guest for the evening, Justice G.T. Nanavati. Let's have a warm round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. May I request Mr. Shantanu Bhadkamkar, the chairman of FFFAI, to also escort our chief guest onto the dais. We are also joined by Mr. Adil Malia, the Group President HR at Essar Group. Let's have another warm round of applause. May I further invite on stage Mr. Kurian Matthew, Advisor FFFAI, Mr. Shashikiran Shetty, ladies and gentlemen, the Chairman of Avvashya Group. Let's have another warm round of applause. Mr. Pankaj Shah, Honorary Secretary, IIFF. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are now about to begin with the knowledge session, and on that note, I now request the chairman of FFFAI, Mr. Shantanu Bhadkamkar, to present the welcome note for this lovely evening. Ladies and gentlemen, before Mr. Bhadkamkar presents the welcome note, we'd like to honor our dignitaries. May I request Mr. Shantanu Bhadkamkar to welcome our chief guest for the evening, Justice G.T. Nanavati, by presenting the bouquet, the memento, and the Taj crystal. Ladies and gentlemen, I now request Mr. Pankaj Shah, Honorary Secretary, IIFF, to welcome Mr. Adil Malia, Group President, HR at Essar Group, by presenting the bouquet, the Taj crystal, and the memento. Let's have a huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. And on that note, I'd now like to invite once again Mr. Shantanu Bhadkamkar to welcome all of you for this lovely evening for the knowledge session.
Good evening, friends, and thanks for coming back quickly. I know we have dense schedule, and thanks for your cooperation. This, in addition to being a knowledge session, is also our Golden Jubilee year concluding session. Our foundation was in December 1962, and in 2012, December, we completed Golden Jubilee, and we said we will have year-round conclusion, and this is the end of the term almost. After that, we will have AGM. In Golden Jubilee year, we took several initiatives which are new, completely new. One is we founded Women's Wing, we founded Youth Wing, we felicited sportsperson, we felicited gallantry award winners from police force, from armed forces. We also awarded custom officers who have been awarded by President's Gold Medal for meritorious service. We started outreach with trade bodies, different ministries of the government, like Commerce Ministry. We engaged with different departments of Commerce Ministry. We also are now engaged with Ministry of External Affairs. And all of them are so pleased that we have reached out to them, and they are very happy to know our profile, that our members handle 95% of EXIM trade of the country is a less known fact. And this is part of our branding exercise. And I must say people have responded extremely well. Now, knowledge series is different from our business sessions. Business session deals with our business issues, though at a strategic level. Knowledge session deals with softer issues of life, family issues. In fact, in Goa, we had a full session on family businesses and succession. Tomorrow also we have on protecting families, which is on wealth-related issues. Right now we have presentations or speeches rather. These are not presentations on power of vision. In day-to-day business, we are worried about disintermediation, competition at level of attrition, and what differentiates people who are able to overcome competition and really go ahead very fast. It's their vision, it's their foresight. So we have one person who have really achieved well in life, Shashikiran Shetty. He will give entrepreneur perspective, and we have Adil, who is a very prolific speaker, very popular speaker on leadership and vision. He is head of Essar Group. Of course, his formal invitation is in booklet and we will have that. But why I was passionate about him is he will give us insight about vision. What is the power of vision? And what better we can ask than to have presence of Chief Justice as eminent as Justice Nanavati. We find his name on television, Justice Nanavati Commission. He has headed 4 commissions, so a very distinguished career. And what really impressed me is he has tried to know about industry a lot. So let's welcome all of them with a round of applause, loud round of applause. And I promise you one thing, both of the speakers would spellbound you. Thank you. First, Mr. Shetty.
Thank you very much, sir. So, well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure all of you are waiting to hear from our eminent speakers here. Let's have a warm round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, as I now invite Mr. Shashikiran Shetty, Chairman, Avvashya Group.
First of all, a very warm welcome and good evening to all of you, ladies and gentlemen. On the dais, we have Justice Nanavati, Mr. Adil, Shantanu Bhadkamkar, and the other dignitaries. I take a special privilege today. I am standing in front of all of you, members of the fraternity, good friends. I thank you very much for inviting me here, especially Shantanu and the organizing committee for this Golden Jubilee celebration of the FFFAI. I think it's a job brilliantly done, and I really compliment and congratulate the entire freight forwarding fraternity and Shantanu and the team for organizing such a wonderful event, which is apparently a record amount of people participating and registering in this wonderful 3-day session. For me, it is very, very special because freight forwarding community is somebody who is very, very close to my heart. As you know that my whole business operation started under the name of Trans India Freight Services. We started offering transportation services in the port of Bombay, predominantly handling ships. Those days, container ships were used to call, but mostly it was break bulk ships, which we used to handle the steel and the project cargo. Obviously, there was a lot of interactions with the freight forwarding community right from the day one for me. When I started my business, although the shipping companies are the ones who gave us the business, but we had to regularly interact with the freight forwarding community, and their support and the best wishes and the friendship has definitely contributed to my success, and I'm very, very grateful today to be in front of all of you on the 50th anniversary, and thank you once again for that. You know, I think on the entrepreneur's perspective, what Shantanu has asked me to talk straight from my heart, tough job, but I'll try to do my best. What I realized, I think over the last 30 odd years, I've been an entrepreneur. I've been an entrepreneur from the time I was 24 years old, worked 4 years for shipping company, agency companies in Bombay, and decided to go on my own, doing the transportation job without any equipment, put a small team of people together who believed in me and who stuck around with me even till date, 30 years later. You know, that says one thing, that I think as an entrepreneur, obviously you need to have a good quality of people, you have to build a good team of people, and most importantly, carry them together, give them success, give them opportunities to do well, opportunities to perform. Maybe, you know, one day they may branch out and be on their own, it doesn't matter, but, you know, there are careers that you offer to people, and that is the way you can retain people, you can attract more people, and more importantly, when you build a team, it is very important to give them the space and the respect and the growth that they deserve as well. So for me, I think the key things for being an entrepreneur, a successful entrepreneur, is first of all, one need to be very ambitious. I think no compromise on that. Ambition is paramount. Together with ambition, one need to also think very big. And more than that, also I think, you know, thinking big and ambition is not enough. You got to be very passionate what you do. You got to find a way to keep yourself motivated and enjoy what you do. If you don't enjoy what you do, you know, it will not, in the morning doesn't pull you to the office, and in the evening doesn't push you back to your home. So I think passion for me is also extremely, extremely important. While you have the ambition and you have the passion, I think what you do at workplace, which has to be of high quality, which has to be something different than everybody else does. So quality is very, very essential so that your customers are satisfied, your people are satisfied, and you build a brand. People talk about you. People talk about the quality that you offer and the consistency in which that you offer quality. I think that's very critical too. Together with that, you also have to bundle the courage. You know, courage is very important. If you don't have the courage and if you don't take the risk, and then all those other things that you have are not going to help you. So courage for me is very, very critical too. Along with that, also need to have the organization skills. I mean, you can have all these things, but you don't know how to organize, you'll run a very chaotic company, which cannot be done, because, you know, chaotic means you end up paying somewhere. Either you lose your customer, or you lose your revenue, or you lose your profit, or you lose your, end up in a problem with the authorities, or you will end up paying somewhere. So it is very, very important that you have the right organization abilities at the right time. So that means you have to invest also in your people, more and more people. You have to bring the skill. You cannot do everything by yourself. You need to have the quality of people around you, right? You got to have very fine accountant, you have to have, or a finance guy as you move forward. You got to have a very strong HR person. You got to have technical people. You got to have the operating people. You have to have, whatever that is required, internal auditor, or you got to have, your IT professionals, or what have you. So all those building of the entire team, which is also very, very critical. So I think, these are some of the very things that I practiced as I kept building my company. I practiced each one of them, and I think, I've been able to deliver that thing for the organization and for myself. So once you do all that, it doesn't end there. Entrepreneurship is something which is a journey. There is never a destination. I think more you do, there is more you have to do. That is a sad part about this. So it doesn't never end. As you become bigger, as you become diverse, your challenges and issues that you have to deal with on a day-to-day is even more. So what keeps you going? I think, and what keeps you going is that ambition and that drive and that fun of doing things. So, as you all know that in 2006, we went public. We went to the capital market. We raised money 4 times. And we've been lucky to have very marquee investors, companies like Blackstone, companies like Acacia Partner, which is where there are multiple big names in the global market are shareholders in that company as well. So we have those kind of investors in the company. But bringing those investors is one part, and then keeping them happy, keeping them satisfied, and answering their questions and dealing with them is another issue altogether. So all that needs is a tremendous amount of transparency in what you do, and tremendous amount of commitment, what they need to see. Public markets are very, very different, as you know, especially it is extremely challenging in the last 6 years. Very first time when we went to the capital market, the markets were in very, very rough weather. And ever since 2006, 2008, 2010, now in 2012, we are continuously going through the choppy water. Although the company has grown, which we delivered the promise that we made to the shareholders, our stock price hasn't done well. So I haven't been able to figure out how to play the capital market. I don't want to play the market in that sense, but somehow we haven't had a way to figure out how to create value. And one of the main reasons for that is we have a very concentrated shareholding. The family owns 72%, Blackstone owns about 15%, 2 other large shareholders own another large chunk of the shares. So we have only just about 2 or 3% left in the public market. So everybody says because of the lack of liquidity of the stock, the stock is not doing well. So one way or the other, so we are not able to create value. Although the company has done well, we are not able to create that value for the shareholders. So that's something that I'm yet to figure out, how to go about that particular challenge. But the journey has been fascinating, and the journey has been enjoyable, and you guys have supported, and I look forward to continue your support to our group. And I also want to leave 2 thoughts for the industry in this journey of mine. Is that, like I said about quality of service, I think we as All Cargo Avvashya Group have been able to deliver that quality in the shipping and logistic industry. As you know, when we started the LCL business, LCL was a very, very difficult business for all you people, because you had to deal only with the large shipping lines, and the shipping lines, it was the least priority for them, never used to get right information, never used to get the right price. There are so many things which were going wrong. And once we brought in that concept in India, things started changing very rapidly. And today, I think the LCL business has become one of the most competitive business compared to even FCL. FCL rates goes up and down, but LCL rates only goes one way. So I'm sure the community also benefited a lot, not only in terms of the quality that we will able to offer, we also been able to get you the best and most competitive business environment. Subsequently, we built the container freight station in Avvashya, as you know, and in Delhi and in Mundra and all these places. The container freight stations, what we built, are the world class, right? Till we came in, the container freight station quality and the capacity were very, very different. It was very difficult for your staff and your members to come and work there, searching a container, getting the containers loaded, and searching doing all those operating activities in the CFS extremely difficult. So once the high quality CFS that we built around the country, today that became a benchmark. So everybody has to build a facility like that. So we are very proud about even these achievements, which we've been able to make a difference to our industry and to the people who work in our industry. And the third thing what I'm extremely proud about is we have made logistic industry a kind of a household name. Logistic was not much known now in the olden days, because logistic means everything was kind of fragmented. Today you can go to a university and they know about the logistic industry. You go to a stock market or investors, they know about logistic industry. There has been a brand that has been created. In this program, in this FFFAI convention, the branding what Shantanu was talking about is also that this adds to the logistic profile as an industry. We all know that the industry, one of the big challenges is to attract the right kind of people, because earlier without a proper branding, it is very difficult to attract the right quality of people from universities. Today, one can do that. One can go to even IIM institutions or any of the large management schools or engineering colleges where you can go and recruit people. That is something that also we do in our organization, that we recruit the management trainees and handhold them, develop them for about a year or 2 years, and then put them into the different fields of the business. And our experience has been great. So I actually encourage you to also follow those kind of best practices that are there in many other industries. So I'm extremely proud about even making logistic a renowned industry in our country. And obviously, we are very proud that we've been able to grow our organization internationally with about 189 offices operating all over the world. So I'm extremely proud today and extremely thankful to all of you once again. And I hope that this small address from my side will help you to think a little deeper, harder, how to build your organization for the next level. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, the man who's made logistics a household name, the one who has inspired several young entrepreneurs to get into the beautiful path of entrepreneurship. Let's hear it one more time, ladies and gentlemen, for Mr. Shashikiran Shetty. Thank you very much, sir, for inspiring us this evening. We continue the trend as we understand that this is a knowledge session, and we all believe that knowledge is love, light, and vision. On that note, it is now time to get beautiful perspectives on the power of vision. I'd now like to invite Mr. Adil Malia, Group President HR at Essar Group. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Adil Malia.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Possibly this is the only session that I have ever handled where I'm talking about power of vision at exactly, can you put the lights on, please? At exactly such a late point of time. Can you put the lights on, please? There has to be light when you're talking about knowledge, right? So when I came out here and I was wondering, what am I doing in this forum? I really don't know anything about this. And Shantanu was telling me you need to talk about power of vision and things like that. And I said, I'm talking to people whose industry I don't really understand. Reminds me of this beautiful story from the autobiography of Dr. Christian Barnard. How many of you know who Dr. Christian Barnard is? You know? He was the first doctor who did the open heart surgery. And in his book he writes that after I did my first open heart surgery, I had to keep giving sessions and keep addressing seminars and conferences. And when I kept on giving seminars and conferences, at one point of time, I got so tired that my driver, John, who used to come along with me, I told John, you're listening to me in all my conferences. Why don't you become Dr. Christian Barnard? Anyways, people don't know me. So you become Dr. Christian Barnard, run the session. You know what I talk in all the sessions. He said, okay, fine. I've heard you so many times. You keep repeating yourself so many times. I will go as Dr. Christian Barnard. You become my driver. There they go to the convention. John, the driver, as Christian Barnard, handles the session, conveys the speech, same thing. People were clapping. Question answer session, same questions asked. People don't ask different questions. He had heard them. He gave the answers. Until the time, one very pretty young medical student stood and asked a question which was never asked before. It would have been sacrilege for Dr. Christian Barnard to not know the answer to that question. He was Dr. Christian Barnard. But John, the driver, was very smart. He said, madam, What a stupid question you are asking. Even my driver sitting out there can answer your question. So exactly if you ask me any questions on freight forwarding, I'm going to point out to Dr. Christian Bernards out here, and they are going to be handling all your questions. Visioning, possibly I will try and address because I've handled those sessions and I've seen Dr. Christian Bernard handling it. Beautiful Sufi environment as we talk about this. There is this Qawwali that's going to come up. There is this fantastic story of vision that you heard. Reminds me to begin the session with a very beautiful Sufi quote, which says, ख्वाहिशों से नहीं गिरते फूल दामन में, ख्वाहिशों से नहीं गिरते फूल दामन में, वक्त की साख को हिलाना होगा, कुछ नहीं होगा अंधेरों को कोसने से, अपने हिस्से का दिया खुद ही जलाना होगा. You cannot exist in the world of dreams, and you cannot hope that the flowers are going to fall into your lap by just dreaming about it. If you really want to achieve your ambitions, you will have to light your own lamp and move in the direction of achieving your dreams. Look at the evolution of human life. What's happening in the evolution of human life? If you see human behavior, and being a student of psychology and a professor of management in several management schools, if you look at the entire nature of human behavior, it is motivated by only two things. One is a desire for self-preservation and perpetuation, and second is curiosity. It is this curiosity that has refined the entire evolution of human life from where it was in the jungle stages to where it has now become a very refined human being. That desire for knowledge, that desire for progress, that desire for innovation comes from the basic human need for curiosity, which is again prompted by his basic need for self-preservation and perpetuation. We keep getting so enthralled by this whole concept of mystery. Mystery, not Cyrus mystery, of course, mystery, because we are constantly looking at trying to understand the unexplained past and the unknown future, because we want to protect ourselves, trying to learn the best practices from the unknown past and trying to then find out as to how are we going to protect ourselves and perpetuate ourselves in the unknown future. That takes the shape of all kinds of studies, econometric studies, or call it talisman, or call it balloon reading, or call it tea leaf reading. But the human obsession of trying to understand how to perpetuate yourself in unknown circumstances has primarily been the source of all human behaviors. However, human beings tend to get too bogged down by the burden of the present and their desire to find out what and why I need to work in the future and what do I need to do differently. It is at this point of time that visions become very important. Because before you start visioning, you start dreaming. I love dreaming. You love dreaming. Because it gives you an immense sense of fulfillment immediately. You don't need to do anything, right? It gives you an immense sense of fulfillment immediately. It's a feeling of achievement without indulgence in the toil. You don't have to go through years and years of real rough time trying to work very hard. Only in Hindi films does Shah Rukh Khan, from the first day of his toil to the second day of his success, that whole period is capsulated in a 3-hour movie. The real toil from the time a person starts till the time he really succeeds is long. Dreams make it fast. I can do it like this. It immediately transposes from overwhelming mundane problems of the present. I don't need to face the mundane problems of the day-to-day things. I can immediately transpose myself into what I really want to become. It helps me to indulge in things which are prohibited. Who stops me from dreaming? I'm dreaming to be something who I have not been. But who stops me from indulging in that? In my dreams, I can do that. I can fulfill all my temptations. I can imagine whatever I want to imagine. The unfortunate problem of dreams are they are short-lived. They're elusive. They're unsustainable. They are not real. Do you know, and as a student of psychology, let me educate you, the longest recorded dream in mankind, and it sometimes looked like such a big dream, is only 3 minutes. No one in life has ever dreamt for more than 3 minutes, but those 3 minutes look like a long story to you. All right? However, dreams are very, very important, because if you really want to achieve your visions, it is essential that you think about it, it is essential that you dream about it, and it is essential that you start envisioning it. Because it is